Welcome to this week's topic. This week I want to focus on budgeting and just give you some tips and suggestions on how you can save money or review your finances. And I'd love you to give me feedback on some ideas of things that have worked for you or where you have found savings. With the start of any new year, most of us will review our budgets, or I recommend you do, and it's a great time to think ahead and think how we can save money. So what are some ideas with starting to save money? The first thing is tracking your expenses. You know, whether it be an Excel spreadsheet, or you can even go to the government Money Smart website, and also there's some apps available, but some are free and some you do need to pay for, but they'll even allow you to download your bank statement. If you monitor your expenses week by week or month by month, you'll then get better control of where you're spending your money, and it'll help you start to see ways you can start saving or where there's been a blowout one month to the other. The other thing is looking at automating your bills. And often we say there's a bit of a rule of thumb, 50, 30, 20. 50% of your budget that you take home, the money you take home, should go to everyday weekly expenses. 30% is like the sundry expenses. That'll be your one-off, your rates, your electricity. And 20% you should be saving. Now, like with any rule of thumb, some things will work 1 year to the other, or for you and not for somebody else. So maybe for you, it might be 40, 30, 30, or 60, 20, 10, who knows? So just have a think about it and see what may work and what will be better for you. But another thing to think about is starting to set up and pay your bills monthly or fortnightly when you get paid. And for example, I have a number of my clients that will prepay their Ergon energy bill and also prepay their rates. Rather than wait for the big bill and the shock when the bill arrives, by prepaying fortnightly or weekly, whenever they get paid $20, $30 towards each of those bills, they find they're on top of it. And also for insurances, it might be another thing. Having talked about insurances, that is a really important one to review. Often it's just easy to just pay the renewal, but occasionally do review your contents insurance, car insurances, also your life and TPD and income protection insurances. Also health insurance, don't forget about that because that one does go up. Now, be very careful when you are shopping around that you do make sure it's like for like, but again, you may actually find there's ways for you to save money by cutting or reducing or increase. Just look around and see what prices you can find. One of the things I do think you need to be really careful with today is what we call the afterpays, the buy now and pay later, and using your credit card. It has been so tempting with many of us doing online shopping to build up a bit of credit. It's really important to pay your credit card off each month and do not build up on it. And if you do have credit card debt, please focus on paying that down. That should be your priority at any time, rather than adding to it and doing any other additional spending. So watch your budget on any of those things, and because be aware they will affect your credit rating later on when you need to go for a home loan or do something like that. Talking about credit cards, that's another thing. Just see if there's any benefits that you can get with your credit card. Like for me, my travel insurance is actually included on the credit card, and I phoned and I've checked, and it is a pretty comprehensive travel insurance policy. So when I need to travel, whether it be in Australia and need to hire a car, or when we have gone overseas, because I paid the airfare or the accommodation on the credit card, I'm automatically covered under their travel insurance. So I don't need to pay, again, extra for other travel insurance. But again, get advice and check the policy you have, and don't just rely on what they say on their website. Another one we often talk about to think about is refinancing your home loan. Have a look at it. When did you last review it? Because many of us, it's again easy to just stay where we are and just keep making the same loan repayments. But you might actually, without even needing to move from your bank, just ask them, do shop around, do your homework, and just approach your bank. And you'll be surprised how many times they actually will match an offer by a competitive bank. So good luck with that and see how much you can save doing that. And the other one, my really favourite that I always talk about, is just be careful if you've got any recurring expenses. You know, review your credit card and your bank statement. You know, do you have your gym deduction happening? Have you got your Netflix and your Spotify and you're no longer using these services? So maybe it's time to ring and cancel them. Amazon, Prime, you know, just have a look and see. And often we find this with the kids. We'll often subscribe to some software for them that they now no longer need. So good luck with reviewing your budget for this year. Let me know if you've got some other ideas or tips for how you can save money, whether it be on your day-to-day expenses or with travelling or some other items. My name is Rita Sapula and I'm a financial planner based in Cairns. Let me know your tips and tricks for saving money and what has worked for you.